Welcome to the Cantina of Comics.
On this episode, we are going to show you how to make Skinny Droids.
And we've got a double feature with comics this week, including Darth Aphra and Dr. Vader.
What?
Oh, yeah, I messed that up, didn't I?
No, yeah, even I would know that.
And welcome to the Cantina of Comics, where we drink a little and we read a lot. I'm Matt.
I think we drink a lot and read a little.
Well,
I'm Kristi.
We can agree to disagree. What are we making today?
Today we are making what we like to call a Skinny Droid. This is one of my personal favorites.
All-time favorites?
Yeah, no,
all-time
yeah.
It's in the top 5, maybe?
Sure.
Okay, so what do we need to make a Skinny Droid?
We're going to use coconut vodka today. We're going to fill up our little R2-D2.
Yes. Thanks to the bounty boxes from Funko for this.
And that might be a little bit much, but I will use that one and I'll get you half as much.
So we call this a Skinny Droid, and one of the Skinny Droids in Star Wars is EV-99. She's, I guess you say, the administration torture droid. I just figured out what the EV and EV-99 stands for. Extra vodka.
I like it. I like
so
it.
We start with the vodka, and we start with a glass full of ice.
Pretty much full,
okay.
Yep.
And then we put in the vodka.
Right, and then I wanted to give you a little tip. I learned that if you take your lime or your lemon and you roll it on the palm of your hand, you help to release some of the juices.
Really?
So that when you cut it open, it's extra juicy.
Oh, nice.
So this actually calls for 1/2 ounce of lime juice. So we're just gonna fill up this. This is called a jigger, which
some gets in the jigger and some doesn't get in the jigger.
Right.
Some gets on the counter.
And then we're going to use some extra lime juice
to supplement it.
Because it's a little easier.
Okay.
So we'll do
just a little in there and a little in there.
Okay, and then you have strawberry lemonade Cascade ice, and I have coconut pineapple.
Ooh. To go with the coconut in the vodka.
Yeah.
And then how much do we put in there?
So then you fill it to the top.
Fill it the rest of the way.
Yes.
Very nice. And so this is kind of I'm sure you could have this any time of year, but summertime,
yeah,
nice
sitting out on the patio by the waterfall.
And this is a variation of what's called the Skinny, which to me seems kind of boring. What's in a regular Skinny?
It's just vodka, and you can have just like seltzer water or just water. Some people just have, or
just soda water,
a little bit of lime. Yeah.
Okay, I like this a lot better because it just kind of tastes like summer.
Yeah, that is so good, refreshing.
Very, very tropical as well.
Yeah. So you can garnish it with a little lime wedge or a little lemon wedge, and
if you count those sort of things, this is keto friendly, isn't it?
It is keto friendly.
And so you're talking maybe under 100 calories?
It's about 100 calories for the whole thing, and if you sip at it, it's
as you can tell,
beverage.
I can't count calories, so but it's delicious and
delightful.
I'm just imagining sitting on the sail barge, just kicked back with your feet up, watching Jabba do his thing.
Or you could be sitting out on the patio reading one of your Darth Aphra comics.
Yes, one of my Darth Aphra comics. In fact, we're going to check that out next. The new Dr. Aphra comic and a new Darth Vader comic on the way next. And welcome back to the Cantina of Comics. Hey, if you like what we're doing, then we'd appreciate it if you would like this video. Maybe you want to see some more videos from Utini. Well, be sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications so that you get notified each and every time a new Utini video goes up on YouTube. Now let's get into the comics. We're talking about Dr. Aphra Volume 2, Issue 2, and Darth Vader Volume 2, Issue 3. Let's go and start with Issue 2 of Dr. Aphra. Now this is part 2 of the Fortune and Fate series. This one's entitled Haunted. This issue is written by Alyssa Wong with pencils by Marika Cresta and colors by Rochelle Rosenberg. Now, on this one, we find our little crew. I want to call them Scooby Crew. Our crew of Dr. Aphra, Black Kirstanton, Detta Yad, Estacia Oka, Just Lucky, yeah, his name is Just Lucky, friends just call him Just, and TA418. Now they are searching for the Rings of Vale. Now these rings are rumored to have extra powers, so that's why they're looking for them. Their travels take them to the planet Dianth and the lost city of Vale, and they're able to land, bam, right there. As they enter the lost city of Vale, they find the paintings from the era of the High Republic, and then that leads them to the workshop of Vale, where they believe the rings are. Now, hot on their heels is Ronan Tag. If you remember the Tag family, maybe General Tag from the Death Star conference room in episode 4, yeah, powerful, wealthy family. Ronan is kind of a collector, and so he is after the Rings of Power as well. Oh yeah, and Dr. Aphra swindled him too. Here are some observations about the book. There are a couple references to the High Republic, and what better way to kind of unearth the High Republic than have Dr. Aphra, Star Wars' version of Indiana Jones, go searching for it. Kind of get some Scooby-Doo vibes, maybe some Riverdale vibes from getting these people together and going out searching for these artifacts. As far as costuming goes and the way it's drawn, well, Professor Oka is draped in purple, kind of like Daphne from the Scooby-Doo series. And in a couple of the panels, Ronan Tag is dressed in blue and white, kind of like Fred from Scooby-Doo. All right, now let's move over to Darth Vader issue 3. Now this is part 3 of the Dark Heart of the Sith. Last issue we saw that it wasn't Padme that he met up with, but it was her handmaiden Sabe. This issue is written by Greg Pak with pencils by Raphael Ienco and colors by Niraj Menyon. Now Darth Vader is on a mission to destroy, I guess you say, everybody who he thinks covered up the fact that Luke Skywalker is his son. In this issue, Vader meets up with Sabe, the Queen's handmaiden, and they travel to Naboo in search of secret recordings. There they meet up with other Nabooians like Tonra and Captain Typho. They then travel to an underwater Gungan city and find the recordings of Padme's apartment and the formation of what they're calling the Amidalans. These are people who swear to find the person who murdered their queen and Anakin and then kill them, and they believe that person to be Darth Vader. Here's some observations about this issue. There are lots, I mean lots. Greg packs in a ton of references to episodes 1, 2, and 3. There's even a direct reference to Sabe being the Queen's shadow. What I also like is that they throw in some references as to what Captain Typho was doing since the end of episode 3 through the time that they meet up with him in Naboo. One thing I really like about Greg's writing is that when you hear Darth Vader talk and he puts the words of Darth Vader and you hear the mechanical sound of Darth Vader, that's a lot to do with the inking and the coloring, but you actually hear the voice of Anakin, the pained voice of Anakin. So put this issue, put this whole series on your must-get list. So what do you think of these issues, Dr. Aphra and Darth Vader? You can leave a comment down below, let us know what you think, or go to the Utini Discord page under the comics section and let us know. Hey, that's a pretty good looking t-shirt there you got,
yeah,
Mrs. D.
Mrs. Conductor.
Yeah.
That's me.
That must make me Mr. Conductor too. I just happen to have one too.
Yeah.
We got these shirts off of utini.com/merch. You can get yours too. They have a brand new tropical moisture evaporator tank top.
Oh, that's
perfect
cool.
For the dog days of summer. So if you want to go get yours, head over to utini.com/merch. You want to be a friend of the show? Show your support for the Living Force podcast. Get your t-shirt at utini.com/merch. Lots of options, and there's new ones coming out all the time. That's cool. Be sure to check back with the website for your favorite t-shirt. So we made the Skinny Droid. And that is really good. That is really good. I like that a lot. I got the little bit of the fruitiness, and then the vodka hits you.
That's tasty.
All right, so that's going to do it for this episode of the Cantina of Comics, or as we like to call it, Cantina of Comics. So be sure to join us next time.